Hello folks, this is Nick Shank with Driftless Ag Solutions LLC. Some of you may be wondering why our family's field, Shank Riverview Dairy, the field out on the corner of North Creek Road and Highway 95 just east of Arcadia, where it looks like there's corn in there that's planted really thick and high population. And this stuff is actually not corn. This is Millborn Seeds Turbo Sudan. It is a BMR brachytic Sudangrass, which would be a distant cousin of like a sorghum or a corn. It's a warm season annual grass. Looks a lot like corn in its smaller stages. Same type of leaf structure. Chemical resistances are somewhat similar. They vary a little bit. Now our reason for planting this is we use this field as a parking lot for a local music festival. So we got to have the crop off of here end of July, beginning of August. So we don't like to put a crop that takes a lot of time to get going in here. And we don't like to put a perennial crop in here because with all the traffic, there can be a lot of damage, especially if we get some wet weather. And also just for garbage and everything else. This also allows me with my business to do some experimenting on different forages to help make better recommendations to other customers. Now, I had mentioned that this is a BMR brachytic Sudangrass, and what those things stand for, BMR is brown midrib. It's something in the genes of the plant that make it more digestible in the fiber. It does reduce standability some. I know that's an issue in corn. However, in these Sudan grasses and millets and sorghums, generally it's not as much of an issue. Just they develop a little differently and they grow a little differently. Also, their harvest schedules are different. Now, the brachytic, it's actually brachytic dwarf. And what that is it's higher leaf to stem ratio. These nodes between leaves here are closer. So instead of a tall plant, you'll get a shorter plant with leaves closer together. That helps with a couple things. You will lose a little bit of tonnage, but your quality goes up a lot. Just because you have less stem, you have more leaves, and you get a shorter plant, it's not going to tip over as easily. So that's what we got going on here. This was drilled probably the second week of June after we harvested some triticale forage out of here. It was planted on a 10-inch spacing at about 25 pounds per acre with a Kraus 5255 grain drill, no-tilled. Fertilizer, the only fertilizer on here has been some liquid cow manure. It did get a shot of, before this was planted, everything got sprayed off. We had a bit of a broadleaf problem coming in here. So the plan is harvest this end of July, make baleage for our young stock and beef cows. Then after that music festival is done, we're gonna give it a good coat of dairy manure again. And this will probably get planted back to another winter annual. Most likely it's going to go into winter triticale. Weather permitting, I might throw some winter camelina and a little bit of clover in there, or some hairy vetch or some winter peas in there for variety. That'll be weather pending and what we decide to do for next year's crop rotation. Any more questions on this stuff or any interest in this or any other of my forages, you can either check out my Facebook page, Driftless Ag Solutions LLC. You can check out the Millborn Seeds website or give them a call. Or you can give me a call at 608-323-0156. Once again, this is Nick Shank with Driftless Ag Solutions LLC.